The late Jurassic world of North America was a landscape of colossal contradictions. A primeval environment where the largest animals ever to walk the earth coexisted with a predator that, at first glance, seemed too small to challenge them. This is the stage for our titan, Allosaurus. For decades, popular culture has been fixated on later, larger theropods, the icons of the Cretaceous. Yet the fossil record tells an undeniable truth. Allosaurus was the apex carnivore of its time, the undisputed ruler of the Jurassic Plains. It dominated the Morrison Formation for millions of years. This reign was not secured through sheer size, but through an evolutionary toolkit built for calculated, brutal efficiency.
Notice
when
the
we
high
analyze
neural
the fossil
spines
evidence,
along the vertebrae,
we see that the anatomy
evidence
of
of the
Allosaurus
massive
is a
musculature
masterpiece
that
of
powered
precision
this
and power.
carnivore.
Its most compelling feature is its skull. Unlike the massive, robust skulls of later tyrannosaurs, designed for bone-crushing bites, the skull of Allosaurus was surprisingly light, boasting a flexible jaw articulation and long, serrated teeth designed for slicing, not crushing. This anatomical distinction is the key to understanding its entire predation strategy. What we are looking at is not a power grappler, but an aerial precision weapon. The neck of Allosaurus was powerfully muscled, a structure designed to swing its lighter skull with devastating force. Paleontologists theorize that Allosaurus did not bite and hold, it bit and stabbed. This is the Hatchet-Strike hypothesis. When striking, the predator would open its mouth wide, embedding its serrated teeth deep into the soft tissue of its prey. Then, using the immense power of its neck muscles, it would drive the entire skull downward, like a heavy, serrated axe blade. This motion was intended to inflict massive, rapid blood loss, not to break bone. It was a high-risk, high-reward strategy, one that transformed the predator's head into a tool for surgical trauma. This unique method allowed Allosaurus to tackle giants. The massive sauropods, Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, Barosaurus, were simply too large to be overpowered by a predator of its size. Instead of grappling, Allosaurus was engineered to be a deadly, fast-moving scalpel. It cut away at a giant's defenses and exploited weak points.
At golden
Now,
hour, the
let's
mighty
open the
Allosaurus
fossil record
asserts its
and
dominance
resurrect
over the grazing herd
the
below
bizarre
in the
survivors.
Morrison Formation.
To fully understand this specialized method of attack, we must leave the realm of theory.
Be extremely
We must
careful
turn to
around
the
the vertebrae.
sauropod graveyard
Is this
itself,
theropod material here?
the
Yes,
preserved
mark it
battlefield,
clearly.
etched in stone. Across the Morrison Formation, we find not just the remains of Allosaurus, but also compelling counter-evidence from the very bones of its colossal prey. This forensic record reveals a distinct and sophisticated difference in predation strategy between Allosaurus
Here
and the
we
giant
see the
theropods that would
robust
succeed it,
juvenile
Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus was designed to generate immense crushing pressure, a fact written in the thickness of its teeth and the powerful fusion of its skull bones. The goal was not simply to kill, but to penetrate bone and, at times, consume it. By contrast, when we analyze healed wounds on sauropod vertebrae, we rarely find the deep, bone-splintering trauma indicative of a massive crushing force. Instead, we see shallow, U-shaped scrapes and characteristic gouges, wounds that perfectly match the laterally compressed, recurved teeth of Allosaurus. This forensic signature tells us its primary target was not the skeleton, but the vasculature and musculature of its prey. It was aimed at causing hemorrhagic shock, not immediate physical breakage. Consider a mature sauropod, an Apatosaurus, or Diplodocus. Its weight could exceed 20, even 30 metric tons, an immovable object protected by sheer bulk. A predator like Allosaurus, weighing perhaps 3 or 4 tons, could not simply wrestle it down. Its strategy had to be hit and run. Paleontological reconstruction suggests that multiple Allosaurus individuals may have engaged in coordinated attacks. Although conclusive fossil evidence of pack hunting is rare and debated, what is clear is the necessity of speed and precision. The target zones for Allosaurus would have been predictable. The soft tissue of the flank, the thinly muscled tail, and critically, the throat and lower neck. Striking with its hatchet-like force, the predator would tear away large flaps of tissue. It utilized its knife-edged teeth to sever major arteries and veins. This attack was not a quick kill, but an extended, debilitating process. The Allosaurus would circle, strike, and retreat, allowing the giant's own mass and catastrophic blood loss to do the final work. Furthermore, analyzing the paleoecology reveals the unique ecological niche Allosaurus occupied. It was the keystone theropod in an ecosystem teeming with giants. This high-stakes environment necessitated its unique anatomy, the ability to cause massive trauma without engaging in prolonged, high-risk grappling. This precision-driven adaptation allowed Allosaurus to survive encounters that might have shattered a less agile hunter. The price of this specialized strategy, however, was a life lived on the very edge. When we examine the sheer volume of fossilized injuries in Allosaurus specimens, we start to truly appreciate the brutality of its world. Broken ribs, fractured vertebral processes, and, most telling, severe facial injuries, many healed, some not. These wounds tell a story of frequent, violent, close-quarters contact. They were not merely predators, they were fighters. They risked their own lives with every high-velocity Hatchet-Strike on prey that could crush them with a single clumsy step or a defensive tail whip. The evidence is irrefutable. The pursuit of giants was a perpetually dangerous endeavor, leaving a legacy written in fractures and bones.
To survival.
The life of Allosaurus, as revealed by the science of paleopathology, was one defined by constant struggle and high rates of trauma. Its existence was not a leisurely tenure at the top, but a grinding, brutal effort to secure the massive energy requirements of its body. It hunted in a world protected by thick armor and sheer scale. This final section examines the legacy in stone, focusing on what the common injuries tell us about its life and its ultimate place in the ecological structure. A common finding across the Allosaurus fossil record are multiple healed fractures, particularly involving the feet and the tail, injuries consistent with rapid movements across uneven terrain, or the forceful kick of a distressed prey animal. These individuals survived and healed, demonstrating a robust physiology and a compelling need to keep hunting despite debilitating injuries. But the most profound insight comes from a study of the jaw and facial bones. Specimens frequently show severe healed injuries to the lower jaws and the delicate bones around the eyes. This is direct evidence of its high-risk predatory technique. The hatchet-strike required the predator to bring its face into immediate, violent contact with its colossal prey. A sauropod flinching or attempting to shake off the attacker. Each strike carried a price. The force of impact could easily cause the Allosaurus skull to slam against its own vertebrae or ribs, resulting in these characteristic facial fractures. This high incidence of injury confirms the myth-busting reality of this predator. The Allosaurus was not the unstoppable, fearless hunter often depicted. It was a tireless opportunist, engaged in a dangerous dance with giants. Its strategy was a tightrope walk between successful feeding and career-ending injury. The ultimate significance of Allosaurus lies in its role as a keystone species in the Jurassic ecosystem.
Allosaurus looks on.
Its specialized predation method prevented the sauropods, the dominant mega-herbivores, from overwhelming the landscape. By culling the old, the sick, and perhaps even the young, Allosaurus shaped the demographics of the most powerful animals of its era, influencing everything from plant life distribution to the evolution of defensive adaptations in ornithischians like Stegosaurus and Camptosaurus. When we stand in the museum today, looking up at a mounted Allosaurus skeleton, we are not just seeing a fossil.
Highlights the incredible resilience of the
We
Allosaurus.
are observing the final
true
testament of an exceptionally successful survival strategy. We are looking at a creature whose life was measured in healed fractures, whose existence underpinned the stability of the Morrison ecosystem.
This is the Morrison Formation
And whose anatomical adaptations define the art of ancient predation long before its more famous descendants rose to prominence. The Jurassic dagger may have been overshadowed by the sheer might of later theropods, but in its time, it was the unquestioned master, its legacy etched in the fractured bones of its world. The journey through the Jurassic reveals that even in worlds governed by the largest creatures, dominance is often achieved not through overwhelming power, but through precision and adaptation, but through specialized adaptation and an unrelenting will to survive. The story of Allosaurus is a powerful reflection on the intricate balance of life and death, proving that the echoes of these ancient struggles still resonate within the silent beauty of the stone record, connecting us to a lost world of awe and wonder.
As the sun sets on